All right, Guru Nation, I got a special stock video for you. This one, I own zero position in it. I'm going down this rabbit hole with you guys together. This is a request I got from somebody who said, hey, do something on Sesen Bio. So what did we do? We had our writer, Eileen Schneider, the writer, put a little bit of due diligence together. Then I went through and researched some more articles. I actually think people who are not interested in stocks will still find this story interesting because there is some kind of exciting, dramatic things with fraudulent investigator, the FDA rejecting it initially, Sesen coming through and clearing it up, and the burden of proof is on them. We're going to get into that right now. But basically, what Sesen is it's a late stage clinical company. So they just finished a phase 3 trial. And they have this product called Vicinium. It has been developed for the treatment of BCG unresponsive non-muscle invasive bladder cancer. So BCG is the current standard of treatment for non-muscle invasive bladder cancer. And Vicinium, which is a locally administered fusion protein, is composed of a recombinant fusion protein that targets epithelial cell adhesion molecule, EpCAM, antigens on the surface of tumor cells to deliver a potent protein payload. Pseudomonas exotoxin A. Vicinium is constructed with a stable genetically engineered peptide tether to ensure the payload remains attached to the antibody binding fragment until it is internalized by the cancer cell. The fusion protein design is believed to decrease the risk of toxicity to healthy tissues, thereby improving its safety. Additionally, Sesen Bio believes that cancer cell killing properties of Vicinium promote an anti-tumor immune response that may potentially combine well with immuno-oncology drugs such as checkpoint inhibitors. For this reason, the activity of Vicinium in BCG unresponsive non-muscle invasive bladder cancer is also being explored at the U.S. National Cancer Institute in combination with AstraZeneca's immune checkpoint inhibitor durvalumab. Sesen Bio retains worldwide rights to Vicinium with the exception of Greater China. In February, the FDA accepted the company's biologic license application for bladder cancer and granted the application priority review. On August 13th, the company received a complete response letter from the FDA. The FDA told Sesen it would not be approving the company's BLA for Vicinium, with a recommendation for additional information that might ultimately win approval for the drug. Encouraged by this, the company requested a meeting to earn Vicinium a fresh chance. The stock plunged 43%. Let's look at the stock price right now, just so we could get an idea of where this stock was at. Here it was May, June, July, between 3 to 4. All right, complete response letter came August 13th. Boom, it went overnight from almost $5 to $1.22, and it hasn't recovered. It recovered back to 150 a week later. It played around with 79 cents, 74 cents, 73 cents back in October. They had a somewhat of a positive meeting with the FDA on October 8th to discuss the manufacturing of the drug or of the biologic agent. And now we have an SEC filing, which kind of went under the radar, which basically Sesen scheduled a type A meeting to discuss additional clinical statistical data and analysis raised in the FDA's complete response letter. So this is scheduled for December 8th. So as you're watching this, November 22nd, this is only like a week and a half from now. The company will probably make a press release about how that meeting went. And at that meeting, they're going to have better clarity on whether they need to do another study or what they're going to do. So it's been really bad for Sesen. And the shares created, this is an article from Fierce Biotech back in August, like a week after the complete response letter. According to Fierce Biotech, the bombshell report, based on unreleased internal documents, the rejection should not have come as a surprise. Vicinium treatment had led to dangerous elevations in liver enzyme for some patients, a development the company had not disclosed. The study underpinning the FDA filing had more than 2,000 protocol violations, 215 of them major, and 3 trial investigators were reported to the FDA for serious misconduct. So look, Guru Nation, for those of you guys, this is how we connect the dots between monitoring, running a site, good clinical practice fundamentals, and how it ties into real life and investing. I mean, look, here you see protocol deviations, protocol violations, 215 major, and trial misconduct, right? Affecting a company's stock price to the point where the company's future is in jeopardy. And who knows how many employees at the company, probably dozens of employees. So analysts still confused, according to the whistleblower report. Sesen was so sure the approval would come, it had already staffed up for the Vicinium launch. I remember watching the stock around that time, and I just didn't make a video about it. I didn't have enough time. I was too excited with Aquestive, Chem Farm, Sens, which is Sensonics, similar symbol but not SESN. That's SENS. So I just didn't look at this, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I didn't, because I'm the type of guy who sees the positive thing in things, not the negative. And I would have been burned had I invested in this as well. Not to say it's not a bad investment now or good. I own none. This is for you. This is a story. This is an interesting case for a number of reasons. So I want you guys to go down the rabbit hole and see. Monday, so this was back in August, Jeffries expressed surprise and predicted a new trial to satisfy the FDA's concerns would take about 3 years to complete. When Fierce Biotech followed up with Jeffries, as far as investors knew, discussions with the FDA seemed to be proceeding smoothly right up until the complete response letter. Howerton suspects that a whistleblower submitted documents to the FDA on trial misconduct. He doesn't know exactly what happened because Sesen management had said they developed the VISTA trial in close coordination with the agency throughout the process. The study was also closely aligned with a recently approved clinical package for Merck's Keytruda. Here's the positive news, or here's the bull case for Sesen. This is from Seeking Alpha. So their thesis is hoping for an easy revalidation of Vicinium by 2022, which does happen. All right, we've seen complete response letters, then easy pathways to get revalidation. So the US FDA published a warning letter on October 27th, just 2 days before the Type A meeting with Sesen Bio. The move informed its rejection of the BLA. Ahead of the Type A meeting, the burden of proof will be on Sesen's side to show the efficacy of Vicinium post-2017. Sesen Bio is gearing towards product commercialization with strategic hires into 2022. Studies show that high-prescribing urologists would use a treatment agent branded with Vicinium in more than 80% of the BCG unresponsive MNIBC patients, as opposed to 17% with Keytruda. They have plenty of cash, able to fund its operations until 2023, when it's expected to begin commercialization. Here's the thesis. In light of the FDA decision and with the Type A meeting expected in Q4 2021, now we know that's going to be December 8th, Sesen Bio may have it easy seeking revalidation. Prior to the FDA's disapproval for Sesen's BLA for Vicinium, the agency had published a warning letter to a former investigator handling the company's phase 3 VISTA trial. Let's just look. I know Guru Nation likes this stuff. So let's look at a little bit of the warning letter from Street Insider. All right, let's continue without disabling. So on the morning of October 27th, FDA published a warning letter to a former study investigator for their phase 3 pivotal trial. arising from a 2021 FDA audit related to the company's BLA for Vicinium. The FDA warning letter indicates that the study investigator did not comply with applicable statutory requirements and applicable regulations regarding the conduct of clinical investigators. So, PI oversight. The study investigator operated a clinical site that was previously part of the VISTA trial, which was closed by the company on May 26, 2017. The study investigator's medical license was temporarily suspended due to inaccurate record keeping, which was unassociated with Sesen Bio and the patients in the VISTA trial. The company notified the FDA of the misconduct at that time. When the site was closed, 5 patients completed treatment and were in post-treatment follow-up. There was no evidence found that patients were harmed by the study investigator's action. The company included corresponding patient data from the clinical site in its BLA submission, which were thoroughly analyzed and discussed. The FDA confirmed that Vicinium utilized the proposed commercial process was comparable to Vicinium produced in the clinical trial used in the past, including trial applied in 2017. Ahead of the Type A meeting, the burden of proof will be on Sesen's side to show whether the Vicinium manufactured during the trial was not part of the fraudulent studies investigation. In this author's view, Sesen will have an easy time since records show the company informed the FDA of the investigator's misconduct and was quick to cut ties immediately after 2017. Upon closure of that site, 5 patients were already on post-treatment follow-up. Their health was not interfered by the investigator's action. However, in the complete response letter, the FDA indicated particular clinical statistical data and CMC that needed to be included to determine approval of Vicinium's quality. In quarter 2, 2021, business update, the CEO, Dr. Cannell, noted that if the FDA would request a new registration trial, then the company would consider the clinical guidance from 2018. This study is post-2017 with at least 12 months of data. So what's the bottom line? Here's the bottom line. As a late-stage company, Sesen Bio has demonstrated its ability to push through with Vicinium's approval by the FDA. Its focus on the American market as a prototype before expansion will help it unlock other markets, including Europe, China, and the Middle East. The company's new hires in clinical and analytics will help identify challenges that prompted the FDA to reject the BLA. Additionally, we find the fraudulent investigator dismissed in 2017 informed the FDA's decision to disapprove the BLA in 2021. The burden of proof will be in organizing a new registration trial from 2018 that will prove Vicinium's efficacy. Finally, so that's big. That's a big bottom line. Finally, urologists are seen to have stronger recommendation for Vicinium as compared to Keytruda that was recently approved by the FDA in the treatment of cervical cancer. With these reasons, the author believes Sesen Bio is a buy and hold. So there you have the good, the bad, the ugly. You see what happens with an investigator when they commit fraud, lose oversight of their study, let their license lapse, all over 5 patients. I mean, it's just 5 patients in their pivotal phase 3 trial that can prompt the FDA to do a complete response letter. So now they got to go back. The burden of proof, like the article said, is on Sesen. This December 8th meeting is going to be huge. I think that's a pivotal date in this stock, in the short term of this stock. I do think that registry study, they're already planning it. And I actually think, in my opinion, I think the stock's not going to be very exciting for the next couple of months, because I think what's going to happen is they're going to have to do another trial, redo parts of it. And they have enough cash on hand until 2023. But to completely redo the phase 3 trial, even if they start in first quarter of 2022, right, they might need cash until 2024, 2025. So depending on if they can do a shortened trial, if they're allowed to do the registry trial, it's basically a gamble at this point. But I could see the bull case that Seeking Alpha made in regards to this could be an easy pathway. But I could also see that the FDA, in cases like this, where there's fraud involved and negligence at best, they could be strict. They could be a little tougher on this. So all in all, I honestly don't know what to do. I would stay away. If you feel like gambling, that's on you. I would read into this, maybe look at other examples for precedents from the FDA, and see what you think. I mean, it's definitely going to be December 8th is definitely going to be big time when they post the press release in regards to what the FDA said. I think that's somewhat of a binary event. I think most people, most investors are expecting another trial. Matter of fact, I'm on StockTwits right now, and most people are saying, yeah, we're expecting another trial coming up. And sentiment amongst the community is people are very excited about the efficacy of this drug. So this is what makes it like such a polarizing stock, because people, including urologists, are very excited about the promise this drug has, but we don't know what the FDA, how the FDA is going to handle this. And if it's as easy as Seeking Alpha article said for the burden of proof, then yeah, this might be a good investment. But it basically all falls down to the FDA. And if they're going to be conservative, they can just easily say, hey, we're going to need another study. And that's enough to make this stock stagnate and then just stay boring for a while. Especially since this drug is so important for a lot of their future pipelines for other cancers. So that's my opinion on this. Not financial advice. Do your own homework. I just thought it was a good story, and it had a lot of clinical trial elements, like so directly, and GCP principles directly into this. So let me know what you guys think. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.